thank you guys, first of all, for showing up today. I'm having to scroll through pages on my screen to see all the faces and the people that are here. So, and it's kind of fun to see names I haven't seen for a while. So welcome and thank you for participating. This is our first kind of event like this. And I'm really excited about it. And it is actually the first of 3. So we're going to do a 3-part series. There will be another half-hour event like this with a different focus next month on the 20th. And then we'll have another one in April. So watch for those dates to show up. You'll be getting invites for those too. And if you know people who are interested, who might not already be familiar with WIND, we would love to have you invite them or share this link with them when we're done. We are recording it and you can do that. So mostly this is just a way for us to re-engage. I don't know about some of you guys, but I am so sad that I have not been able to be in Guatemala for over a year. I miss seeing my friends there, miss hugs from all of my friends, but from those guys in particular. So this is a nice way for us to just be able to reconnect and re-engage. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time to be here this morning. So this will be a 30-minute program. We will end at 10:30, maybe 10:31 or ish. But if you would like to stay on once we officially end the program, we will continue to have this line open for another 10 or 15 minutes or so for additional question asking, conversation and that kind of thing. So if you don't have to buzz off and you'd like to participate, you can, but we do want to respect that we said this was 30 minutes and I know some of you guys might have things you need to do. So the program will actually end at 10:30, but if you want to stay on, you'll be able to do that. We already talked about staying muted. If you have questions today and questions that you'd like to ask for anybody that we're interviewing or to Rich or to anybody else, really put them in the chat box. And again, if you're not, I'm not going to make assumptions that everybody knows. So again, if you scroll around on your screen, you'll see a little box that looks like a message icon at the bottom that says chat. If you click on that, you can type in your questions and Nathan, who is somewhere on one of these screens, one of our board members. Oh, there's Nathan.
Hi.
Nathan will be monitoring the chat box and we will try to get to as many questions as we can today. So if you have questions, just go ahead and put them in there and we'll try to get to them when we can. And I think that's about all I have before we get started from my end. So I will, at this point, before I introduce Rich, because most of you guys know him, where is Marina up here? Marina, are you there somewhere? Where are you? I see your name. I'm going to have you unmute and turn on your video.
Yeah.
I know video. Did you shower?
I did, but it's early for me.
All right. So I just want to introduce Marina. I think most of you guys know her, but she is, Rich gave me your official title. I'm not even going to go there. She's like our WIND administrator. She is volunteer extraordinaire. She handles all of our financial stuff, budget, and she's the one who keeps Rich on track. So I just wanted to introduce Marina before we get to Rich. So everybody who doesn't know Marina, now you do. And Rich, I'm going to go ahead and pop back to you. So if you can unmute, Rich is our executive director. He is, along with Marina, our WIND founder. I think all of you know Rich. Most of you have been on a team with him. And so he's going to talk to you a little bit about WIND, but primarily our 21 Girls program. So Rich, turning it over to you.
Well, good morning, everyone. I think, Carolina, I think I saw 2 Carolinas. So is one of those Felipe? Are you with us, Felipe?
They're connecting right now.
They are connecting.
Yes.
Thank you, Carolina. We will watch for them to join us. But so Nancy will have to judge my Spanish because I was going to say buenos dias a todos en Quetzal. Gracias por asistir hoy. Vamos a empezar. So let's just, good morning, everybody, and let's get started. And Nancy gave me a thumbs up, so I know that it's been authenticated that that was what I was supposed to say. It's really great to be with you. It's kind of weird what we're going through right now, and WIND is now beginning its 14th year of existence, which is just amazing, and it's just humbling. The new school year has started in Quetzal, and the kids have returned to the classroom. They are going in a hybrid model now, and there's it was overwhelming, the number of kids who wanted to attend Colegio Reb this last year. We are limited by space. So right now, the number I got from Felipe was 365. So it's easy to remember, right? How many days in a year? But 365 kids, which is really an amazing thing considering a lot of the younger kids who would be attending in, you know, in preschool type years, starting in 4, the parents held them back this year just because they didn't want to send them to school and wanted to keep them at home. So that number would probably have been significantly higher if it hadn't have been for some of those younger kids staying home. So it's just been amazing to hear all about what's going on down there as they've taken precautions to begin school. And you'll see some video here at the end of what they're doing to make school happen. Before Stacy introduces everybody else, I just wanted to let you know that some of the people you'll be introduced to make all this 21 Girls program happen. They translate letters, they communicate letters to the girls. I mean, they're just incredible. So Stacy will introduce them all individually here in a little bit. But the 21 Girls program is a sponsorship program, as most of you know. Many organizations have sponsorship programs, but I like to think that ours is really special. I guess I'm biased, but I really think it is. I think it's really cool the way we've been able to match one person to a child. And so it's a one-on-one relationship and it's very real time. We're able to, I see Felipe trying to get in. It's very real time. We try to get those letters that you write directly to the students as quickly as possible. So the translation happens, it's all sent by email, it gets down there, and within a week of the time I receive a letter, your letter's in the hands of the girl that you have. And there's a real relationship we're developing, and that just makes I think our program very unique. It's very relational. And the purpose, why we do it, is to encourage these girls to stay in school. And that's what it's all about, is if we can keep these girls in school through the 9th grade, it's really something. One thing I wanted to just mention to you, a lot of people have asked me, the name of our program is the 21 Girls Win Sponsorship Program. Why is it called 21 Girls? And many of you, Stacy mentioned being on teams with me, you hear my same stories over and over again, so I apologize, but there may be some people here who don't know why we call it 21 Girls. 3 years ago, in graduation in 2018, I was sitting watching graduation, and there was a class of children moving from preschool into 1st grade. They call it prepa. And they were going, and we were sitting there, and I was looking at face after face and face of these beautiful young kids. And I started to notice the girls, and I had just been given a stat that said only 18% of girls, so 1 in 5, of girls who graduate into 1st grade would make it to 9th grade. So as I was looking at all those faces, those girls' faces that were sitting on that stage that day who were graduating to 1st grade, the reality is that only 4 of them would make it to 9th grade. And to me and to others that were there, that's just unacceptable. And I think we can do better than that. So there were 21 girls moving from prepa into 1st grade. And so, you know, I'm not a marketing genius, but the program became the 21 Girls because that's our challenge, is to keep these girls in school through the 9th grade. The update on that, all those girls now are in 4th grade. They just started 4th grade. We have had 3 that have dropped out of the program. 1 continues to go to school, which is the main objective locally. 2 moved out of the community, which we could do little about. We've also had 5 new girls added. So in total, out of the 21 girls who initially went into 4th grade, there is 23 girls now in 4th grade. So, I mean, it's just amazing to see that. And we hear it over and over again, how the girls are encouraged by their sponsors when they receive a letter and so forth. So it is making a difference. The idea of education is a key component, probably one of 3 or 4 key foundational building blocks of helping community escape from poverty and to grow. And so it's just awesome to be part of that in the community of Coatsal. And I can tell you it's working. Poco a poco, right, Nancy? I do have a brochure that talks about our 21 Girls program, so I'm not going to go into a lot more detail, but if you just typed your name in the chat box, I'll mail you one and make sure you get it. And Nathan's going to go into more detail here in a few minutes just about the program in general. But it is critical and it is exciting, and these kids are growing up so fast, and I do, like Stacy, miss them. I miss those hugs. I miss those smiles. Yeah. And so I just thank you, each one of you, for being part of something so incredibly special that's happening in Coatsal. So I'll turn it back over to Stacy to continue with the introductions, but thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much, Rich. All right, so this is my favorite part of what we're going to get to do is do some interviews. So really quick before we get started, because I don't know how much interviewing will happen, there are a lot of people that help make this 21 Girls program work. So Sherry Nansen, I don't see you. You're probably, oh, maybe you're down below. If you could unmute and just open up real quick and just say hey, so people see who you are. Sherry is one of our amazing volunteers. I had the good fortune of being down actually with my mom, who's on this call too, with Sherry, and Sherry does all of the translation work. So when you write a letter, she translates it to Spanish. She was a Spanish teacher, still is, but retired. And has been really instrumental in this program. So when you write your letter, this is who translates it for you. So thank you very much. Just wanted people to see your face and know who you were. And I don't think Odalis is on the call yet. I didn't see her. If she pops in, we'll introduce her. She is one of our teachers down in Coatsal, and she handles the other end of it. She is the one who makes sure the kids gets the letters. She coordinates the gifts that they get. So hopefully she'll be able to pop on here shortly. And
Stacy, she may be in the background in Felipe's screen. I can't see it. It's pretty small.
She wasn't there before. She is. Felipe, can you unmute? And is that Magdalena behind too? I can't with the masks. It's so hard to tell. Ah, it is Magdalena. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias.
Very good, thank you.
Gusto verlo.
Nice to see you.
Y tú. I'm going to try not to speak Spanish and just let Felipe translate, although Carolina would be very proud if I did speak Spanish right now. So Magdalena, can you raise your hand and just wave so people know who you are?
Magdalena puede levantar su mano y saludar a las personas para que conozcan quién es usted.
So Magdalena is one of our teachers, and she is the teacher of Deborah, who you're going to meet.
Magdalena es una de nuestras maestras y es la maestra de Débora.
And then next to her is Odalis.
Y a la par de ella está señor Dalis.
And she is who I was just speaking to you about, that handles all of the 20 work. She's our program coordinator down there in Coatsal.
Es la encargada de coordinar el programa de las 21 chicas allá en Coatsal.
Yes. And then Felipe, who is speaking and translating for us right now, for those of you who do not know, is one of our missionaries there, and he'll be doing our translation today.
Nice to meet you. Hello.
And then Carolina, can you unmute and just say hola? Dice hola.
Oh, so it does stay.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Hi, everyone.
You guys can
It's a
see.
pleasure.
And then Robert, I'm wondering, you just might have accidentally unmuted. Can I get you to mute again? Thank you. Gracias. So hopefully you guys saw Carolina. Her and Felipe are husband and wife. Es esposa de Felipe. See? So I just want you to know they're in a separate place right now. So I just wanted you to be able to meet them. And then where are Alex and Elise? Can you guys unmute? Can you guys unmute so that you can pop into speaker view for everybody?
Can you hear us?
I can, yes.
Hello.
So this is Alex and Elise. They are two of our sponsors in the 21 Girls program, and they are, you guys can go ahead and mute. We'll unmute you again in a little bit. They are the sponsors. And sometimes I have to be honest, that's not my favorite word, because what they are is they're in relationship. They are becoming friends with this family. So I'm going to introduce you now to Deborah and her father, Domingo. So Felipe, if you can unmute again. Hola, Domingo.
Hola, don Domingo. And
Hola,
the mom is here as well.
Ah, y Ana. Hola, Ana. Y el bebé, ¿es de niña o niño?
Su bebé es niño. Niño.
Niño. Ah, bueno. So they also have a new baby in their family, a little boy. So Deborah, my first question is for you. Are you excited to be a big sister?
Mi primera pregunta para ti es que si estás contenta de ser una hermana mayor. ¿Estás emocionada de ser una hermana mayor? Yes.
When your brother gets to be in school, what do you think he's going to like the best about Colegio Oreb?
Cuando tu hermanito pueda ir al colegio, ¿qué crees que es lo que le va a gustar más del colegio de él? ¿Qué crees que es lo que le va a gustar más a tu hermanito del colegio de él cuando él pueda ir a la escuela?
Hable sin miedo. Hable. ¿Qué cree que le va a gustar?
Las clases, las maestras,
Jugar.
the teachers.
Ah, good answer.
Buena respuesta.
So my next question is for Domingo y Ana. Can you tell us a little bit about what your experience is with Oreb? I know Domingo is a teacher himself at a different school. What's been your experience with having Deborah at Oreb?
Hermano Domingo y hermana Ana, la pregunta para ustedes es, ¿cómo es su experiencia o cuál ha sido su experiencia teniendo a Débora en el colegio Oreb? Yo sé que usted es maestro también y nos gustaría saber de su punto de vista cuál ha sido su experiencia enviando a Débora al colegio Oreb.
Muy bien. Sé que usted pregunta, pues, de que ella pues antes pues no sabía leer ni escribir. Entonces ahora pues ella pues ya sabe leer y escribir, no como era antes. Eso fue mi experiencia. Pues, si no hubiera estudiado en el colegio, pues a veces estuviera así sin saber leer ni escribir. Pero ahora pues ya, ella pues ya sabe leer y escribir.
My experience with it is that she learned how to read and write very quite fastly and quite quick at Colegio Oreb. And I know that if she would have studied somewhere else, it would have been longer for her. She wouldn't have been able to read and write like she is doing right now. So my experience with Colegio Oreb is that she did learn how to read and write quite quickly.
I have a question for Magdalena as well, and Odalis can answer this too. What's it been like this year at Oreb? How has it been different than before?
Tengo una pregunta para el señor Magdalena y señor Dalis. ¿Cómo ha sido estar en el Colegio Oreb este año? ¿Qué ha sido diferente este año en comparación a años pasados?
Las clases es de que el tiempo es muy limitado ahora y todo ya no hacen con los niños todos los días a clases.
One of the main differences is that the time that we have right now with the students is very limited, and the students don't attend school every single day.
Sin embargo, también estamos muy agradecidos de que a pesar de que solo sean unos cuantos días que vayamos a tener, podamos convivir con ellos en comparación a lo del año pasado, que no pudimos verlo y creo que la educación fue más difícil.
Nevertheless, we are very grateful and we are thankful that we are able to see our kids come to school. Not even if they don't come every day, we are able to see them this year as opposed to last year when we were not able to have our students come to our classrooms.
Unmute again. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to ask Alex and Elise to unmute. And then I just have a question for you, and then I'm going to open it up to you being able to have some conversation with Deborah and her family. So, but my question for you guys is, can you tell us and maybe some of the other people who are just learning about 21 Girls, what your experiences has been and what you might hope that they take away from this phone call or Zoom call?
Yeah, sure. I think, you know, we were introduced to this program 2 or 3 years ago, and it's been really great to attend all of the events and learn about the girls and their stories. And it's been so fun to be able to get pictures and letters from Deborah and be able to send her letters and just learn more about how she's doing in school. So it's been a really rewarding experience for us, and we're really excited that they're back at school this year.
Ellos están muy contentos de que ustedes puedan ir a la escuela este año y se sienten muy contentos de poder ser parte del programa y de poder recibir cartas y fotos de ti, Deborah, y de poder enviarte también cartas. Se sienten muy contentos por eso.
Deborah, have you ever met Alex and Elise before?
Deborah, ¿tú has conocido a Alex y a Elise? ¿Ya los conoces? Yes.
Ah, so this gets to be a reunion for all of you.
Así que esta es una reunión para ti.
So I'm going to unmute, and I know that Alex and Elise, you might have some questions for Deborah, and I think Deborah might have some questions for you, and maybe Domingo and Anna might have questions as well. So I'm going to mute and let you start, Alex and Elise, and we just get to be little flies on the wall for a moment.
Ahora, Alex, van a tener algunas preguntas para Deborah y también puede ser para usted, don Domingo y doña Ana. Así que, y ustedes puede que también le hagan preguntas a ellos, ¿está bien? Okay, they are ready.
Okay. Deborah, are you excited? Well, I know you're excited to be back at school. What's your favorite part about school?
Deborah, sé que estás emocionada de poder regresar a la clase este año. ¿Qué es lo que más te gusta de regresar a la clase? ¿Qué es lo que más te gusta de estar en el colegio? To be able to see my teacher once again.
Nice.
Bueno,
and what do you like to do for fun?
¿qué es lo que te gusta hacer? ¿Qué te gusta hacer en el colegio? ¿Qué es lo que te divierte hacer en el colegio? Con tus amiguitos. What do you like to do? ¿Qué te gusta hacer? Read. I like to read.
Read. Do you have a favorite book?
¿Tienes algún cuento, algún libro favorito? Yes. ¿Cuál es? It's called El Sembrador. It's called the sewing book.
Nice. Very cool. Do you have any questions that you want to ask us? We have your picture hanging on our fridge.
Tenemos una foto tuya en nuestro refrigerador. Y no sé si tú tienes alguna pregunta para nosotros. ¿Quieres hacernos alguna pregunta a nosotros? ¿Tienes alguna pregunta para los hermanos? Para Alex y Alicia. Alice. What did you do for the coronavirus pandemic when the lockdown?
Well, I have to work from home now. Luckily, Alex can still go to his office because he is pretty much by himself, but we've just had to stay home and we haven't really been able to see our friends, but things are getting better now, so we're happy about that.
Dice que ella trabajó desde su casa. Alex tuvo que poder salir para ir a comprar cosas. Estuvieron un poco tristes porque no podían ver a sus amigos, pero que las cosas se están poniendo mejor ahora. That's nice, he says.
¿Contarle qué hizo la pandemia?
She says during the pandemic, she was playing every day.
Well, that sounds fun.
But I miss my friends as well.
Yeah, we do too. I'm sure you miss them.
Nosotros también, estoy segura que tú los extrañas. ¿Alguna otra pregunta que quieras hacerle a Alex y a Alice? Another question you have for them? How old are you guys?
I'm 32 and Elise is 31.
Alex tiene 32 y Alice tiene 31. I am 8 years old.
8 years old? You're getting so big.
Estás creciendo mucho. Do you guys have kids?
No kids, but we have 2 dogs. Do you want to see one of them?
No tenemos hijos todavía, pero tenemos 2 perros. ¿Quieres ver a mis perros? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This is Millie.
What is his name?
Her name is Millie.
Neely, se llama Neely, es una perrita. I only have 1 dog.
What kind of dog do you have, or what's its name?
¿Cómo se llama tu perro?
Toby.
Toby.
Toby. Is he a big dog or little dog?
¿Es un perro grande o es un perro pequeño? It's a tiny dog. It's a very small
A
dog.
tiny dog? That's like Millie. She's a tiny dog too.
Es como Neely, ella también es una perra muy pequeñita.
All right, I'm gonna have to butt in here. We did get started a little bit late. Just as a reminder, for those of you, this conversation will continue when we're finished in the next few minutes. Nathan may have already put it in there. We're gonna let you see what it's like for Deborah to go to school. So he just put in the chat box a link to a short it's actually 2 minutes and 45-second video. So if you guys all want to pop over to the link on YouTube and watch that and then head back, you should be able to just open another tab and not have to go out of Zoom and then back in, and we'll join up again and out here on the Zoom call. I think everybody should be back. I'm going to go ahead and have Nathan Grimm, who is one of our board members, pop on here, unmute. Oh, he's already unmuted, and
hi.
You take over.
Great. We did have two questions that came in that I wanted to get to first. Nina was asking, where did the rains affect the heavy rain and flooding affect your family home at all?
Felipe is muted, and so I just asked him to unmute.
Okay. Tienen un par de preguntas para ustedes. La pregunta es que si las tormentas que pasaron, la de Eta y Iota, afectaron o inundaron su hogar.
Muy bien. Pues primero de la primera, pues, gracias a Dios, pues no pasó nada, pues está bien.
Okay. Thanks be to God. We were not very much affected. We are fine now, so we were not affected by it.
That's good to hear. I'm grateful for that.
Eso es bueno escuchar, estamos muy agradecidos por eso.
And for Deborah, do you know what you want to be when you grow up? Do you know how you want to use your education?
Para Débora, esta es pregunta para ti. ¿Qué te gustaría ser en el futuro? ¿Qué te gustaría ser cuando crezcas? ¿Cómo? I would like to be a teacher.
Oh, that's awesome.
Eso es excelente.
Well, we will be praying for you and rooting for you to continue your studies so you can do that.
Vamos a estar orando por ti y vamos a estar pidiendo por ti para que puedas continuar tus estudios y puedas lograr hacer eso. ¿Está bien? Thank you.
Well, I've really enjoyed this conversation. I wanted to extend my thanks to Deborah and Domingo and Ana and Magda and Odalis for joining us today.
He disfrutado mucho esta conversación. Quiero agradecerles mucho a doña Ana, don Domingo, Débora, señor Odalis y señor Magda por estar aquí acompañándonos el día de hoy.
You're welcome.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, it's really awesome to be able to meet and talk and engage with each other, even all the way across the globe.
Muy bonito poder reunirnos y hablar unos con nosotros, aunque estemos del otro lado del mundo.
Yeah. Thank you. You know, something that really struck me hearing just the conversation today and learning about, you know, the what's going on at Colegio Oreb and how the classrooms have had to adjust and how the families have to adjust. It's really struck me just how connected all of us are. Like, I think there's parallels in our own communities to all of those challenges and all of those ways that we've had to adjust. But then also just how varied the experiences remain with, you know, you know, depending on our family's line of work, the main industry in town, our age, economic foundation, all these factors have really had such a major impact on the severity of these crises in our lives. And, you know, the impact has really ranged from, you know, being bored and having cabin fever to sometimes, you know, life-threatening or fatal consequences for some, unfortunately. And so, you know, just as every community around the globe is struggling to avoid the worst impacts of this, everyone is looking in their community, and they're just desperate for leaders to step up and provide guidance and clarity and compassion and justice in a path forward, because a lot of the elements of our lives have been thrown into chaos, and a lot of the things that we depended on are no longer there at the moment. And so in Quetzal, what we're seeing today and what we're hearing is that the teachers, the families, and the students in Quetzal are really rising to that challenge. They're answering the call, and they're continuing to pursue education that will transform the lives of the students. And as you can hear, they're providing hope for the future. You know, the reason that we have this 21 Girls program is that because when a girl receives just 7 years of education in a countries like Guatemala, she marries 4 years later, she has 2.2 fewer children. 68% of children born to a mother who attended school will be vaccinated. And different economic studies have shown that if 10% more girls go to secondary school, the community's economy can grow by 3% from that effect alone. And finally, educated girls reinvest 90% of their income in their families, compared to 35% for boys who get a job. And so that's why we're here on this call today and in general to support girls' education. And by supporting this 21 Girls program, you can support a specific girl transform her life and watch as she goes on to transform her family and her community. And so I just want to thank all the donors who are on the call today who are doing that and supporting these girls and their educational goals and cheering them on as they go on to transform their families and community. And so if you're here and just learning about the incredible power of investing in girls' education, I would strongly encourage you to sign up today to support a student at Colegio Oreb It only costs $35 a month to do that. And it's an incredibly powerful investment in her life and in the community of Côte Sal. And just knowing, as you can see the interaction between Deborah and the Brewskis who are supporting her, it just provides so much encouragement to the families and students as well. And so it's really easy to do that. You can sign up on our website at win-guatemala.org and set up a recurring $35 a month donation. If you have additional questions on it, you can always reach out to Rich Rice or Stacy or myself or any of the other board members that you're connected with, and we'd be happy to talk with you and give you more details as well. And when you do that, you'll get paired with a specific student. We have 30 students right now who are looking for sponsors. And so there's definitely a need right now for students who need sponsors. And then if you're on this call and you know someone else who would love to hear about this, we're going to post the video of this recording once we have that published. And we just really encourage you to share the message of this and invite other people to join in supporting this as well. That's one of the most powerful things you can do. So thanks to everyone. And if this message is tugging on your heart at all, signing up to support a girl in her education is one of the most powerful steps you can take to lead to transformation. So thanks to everyone.
Thank you, Nathan. And thank you to everyone who is on the call. I would like to just pray for us quickly, and then if you need to get off, please do that, but we will be staying on for another few minutes for some more conversation and questions. So if you would just pray with me just very briefly. Father God, I am so grateful and so thankful for the work that you are allowing us to be a part of in Côte Sal. I want to pray for the teachers and the students and the families there, and just ask, Lord, that you would just continue to provide what they need, that you would continue to let them know that they are supported and that there are so many opportunities for them. Father, I pray especially today for Deborah and for her family and for her new little brother, Lord. I ask that you would just keep your hand of protection over them, and that you would grow both of these sweet little children into the people that you have created them to be. We thank you for all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. So thank you very much, you guys, for joining us today. I can't even tell you how it just warms my heart to see so many people on this call. And there's so many people I don't know on this call too, as well as the ones I do. So I hope I get to meet some of you that I have not met in person one day. So if you need to go, adios, hasta luego. But if you would like to stay, please do. We will have Felipe and Deborah and her family still with us, and Alex and Elise, I'm sure, have more questions for her too. So feel free to stay on. Otherwise, go ahead and log off. I'll just give a few minutes for log off, and then we'll just kind of begin again with whoever's here. Thank you.
Felipe, can you hear me?
Yes, Brother Rich, yes.
I just wanted to say thank you for translating and connecting us so well to the community of Côte Sal.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure, Brother Rich. Thank you for everything you guys do for the community and for all the support.
Your teaching English looks a lot different this year than it has, but I appreciate all you do for the kids in the school and the community.
Thank you, Brother Rich. It's a pleasure, and thank you again for all the support. And it's very important for us to have such caring brothers and sisters as you guys, looking out for the community here in Côte Sal. God bless you.
Yeah. Stacy, are we open for questions if people have them?
We are open. I'm kind of watching the chat box a little bit too. I don't know if Carolina is comfortable doing this, but Nina would like to know if we can see her belly. For those who do not know, Felipe and Carolina are expecting their first child. Carolina's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was just reading
Carolina
the question.
just signed off.
I was just reading the question. Well, yeah, why not? Just let me.
Le pidieron a la hermana Carolina que enseñara su estómago.
Give me 1 second. Okay. Are you ready? So nice to meet you. Baby says nice to meet you.
Ah, Felipe Jr.
Muy esperado por todo el colegio.
Gracias.
I have a question for Domingo.
Tiene una pregunta para usted, hermano Domingo.
I know you're a teacher in the Zona Reina. How has it been teaching this year at your school?
Me enteré que usted es maestro en la zona reina. ¿Cómo ha sido la educación para usted este año en su escuela?
La educación pues ha cambiado mucho porque por causa de la pandemia, porque no es igual como el año pasado. Sé que llegaban muchos niños, pero hoy pues se bajó un poco la matrícula de los estudiantes porque los padres a veces ya no quieren enviar por motivo de la enfermedad.
The education is very different this year because many students didn't sign up for school this year, and it's because the parents don't want to send their kids anymore. So this year we're struggling with students not signing up for school, not registering.
Do you know if they're more worried about health or about needing to work?
¿Sabe si los papás tienen temor por la salud o es porque ellos los necesitan para que trabajen con ellos?
Sé que temen la salud de sus hijos.
They fear for their children's health.
Yeah.
I have to jump in. I don't know, Robert, can you hear me? You probably are the furthest away from us here in Seattle, if you can hear me. He's over in the UK, is that correct? I don't know if he's still on.
Yeah, I am. Hi, Rich. Yeah, that's right. I'm over here in the UK, in the northeast of England.
He's one of our international sponsors and supporters. Robert went on our trip to help design the school. So if Hector is there or not, I don't know, but Hector actually drove up to Coatsal yesterday and inspecting the property, and the plan that Robert helped design with his team with Engineering Ministries International, EMI, is the plan that we're building on the school. So he was very instrumental in the development of that property and what the future is. So I'm glad that you're still connected with us, Robert.
Yeah, that's such a pleasure to hear. That's great. You've done so much good work in helping to raise the funds and so on. So yeah, if Hector's there, well done, Hector, and hope it continues to go well.
Yeah, but thank you. Yeah, raising the funds is always the challenge. Poco a poco, little by little, we'll get there. But the school has a passion to see this vision that you helped create come to reality.
That's great.
We have a couple questions from the chat. For the teachers, are the teachers and families able to get masks easily?
Pregunta para las maestras. Si los maestros y las familias de los alumnos pueden conseguir mascarillas fácilmente.
Bueno,
Si se consiguen.
creo que se acostumbran, cuando recién comenzó todo, era muy caro y era muy difícil de conseguir. Y si tuvieron que improvisar, creando sus propias mascarillas con tela, pero ahorita es un poquito más accesible, que el precio ya disminuyó y que ya todos tienen acceso a las mascarillas.
When the pandemic initially started, the face masks were really expensive and they were not very much available. So the people had to improvise and they started creating their own mask with the typical fabric because they needed to wear them. But nowadays, masks are more readily available and people have more access to them because the prices came down.
And for any of the teachers, do you think that most kids will come back to school once they feel that it's safe to? Or do you think they might stay, you might lose students through this?
Para las maestras, ¿piensan que una vez que los papás de los niños y los niños sientan que ya es seguro regresar a las escuelas, piensan que van a recuperar alumnos que no han regresado o piensan que se va a mantener así?
Específicamente en el colegio. Bueno, en este momento, por lo que sabemos, es que hay una mayoría que los niños están asistiendo a clases. Entonces, ahora si se normaliza la situación, yo considero que aún están más motivados los niños de llegar a clases con mucho ánimo y los padres confían en el colegio también. Igual en otros niños también que se retiraron por todo esto, estamos seguros de que volverán cuando todo esto suceda, porque ellos pensaron que la modalidad iba a ser la misma que el año pasado y tenían por eso, bueno, por que también que no decidieron no hacerlo y ahora hace eso y inscribirlos en escuelas públicas, pero cuando esto mejore estamos
We are sure that the students will return. What happened is that many of the parents this year thought that the modality of this school would be like the same as last year, that everything would be online and through WhatsApp. But so that's the reason why they took kids out of our school and put them in the public school. But as they realized this year that we're actually doing a hybrid program, that kids are actually attending schools, we have been getting more students that are coming back. And so I'm sure that as things normalize even more, we will get more and more students come to our school and more students coming back as well.
And for Domingo from Carolina, how do you travel back and forth to the Zona Reina?
Hermano Domingo, la pregunta es, hermana Carolina, ¿cómo viaja usted a la Zona Reina? ¿Cómo es su viaje para ir a dar clases a Zona Reina?
El año pasado, pues, yo viajaba en moto, pero durante las tormentas que pasó, esta y otra, pues, muchos días no se fueron a la montaña. Ahora ya camino aquí, 3 horas llevo en el trabajo.
So before the storms hit, I would take my motorcycle up to the mountain area and I would attend school that way. But after the mountains, after the storm, there was a lot of landslides. So the roads were completely blocked off. So now I have to walk 3 hours to go teach.
Do you travel back and forth every day?
¿Y usted hace cuántas veces o qué tan seguido va usted a dar clases? ¿Lo hace todos los días?
Por el momento, pues, estamos dando toda la semana.
Todas las semanas.
¿Clases?
Ajá, clases.
¿Qué comenté?
Sé que no vamos a conocer.
Y todos los días.
Sí, todos los días.
So we are starting in the public sector this Monday, and we would have to attend school every day.
Wow. It's a long trip.
Es un viaje largo.
Sí, sí.
That's right.
Does Deborah have any more questions for Alex and Elise?
Débora, ¿tienes más preguntas para Alex y Alice? ¿Qué más preguntas, qué más te gustaría saber de Alex y de Alice? What else do you want to know about Alex and Alice? You have questions about.
¿Cómo sería si es cristiana?
Es
cristiana.
Are you guys Christians?
We are.
So she's asking, do you know God? Are you Christians? Sí, son cristianos.
Yes.
Sí, sí son
And
cristianos.
we both went to Christian colleges.
Sí, los dos fuimos a colegios cristianos también. Fueron a la universidad, a universidades cristianas. Where do you live in the United States?
We live in Seattle, Washington, just outside of Seattle, in a city called Kirkland.
Vivimos en Seattle, Washington. Afuera de Seattle, la ciudad se llama Kirkland.
If we were to come to Coatesville, where would you want to take us?
Si
What would you
nosotros
show us?
fuéramos, si nosotros fuéramos a visitarte a Cotsal, ¿a dónde nos llevarías? ¿Qué nos irías a mostrar allá en Cotsal?
Mi casa.
My house. Oh. I'll take you to the waterfalls and the pools, to the market, to the mountains.
Nice. Well, hopefully we get to come visit sometime.
Esperamos poder llegar a visitar en algún tiempo más adelante. So you are welcome here.
Thank you.
Gracias. Something else? ¿Algo más? No, that's it.
Right,
Well, it was so nice to see you, Deborah.
Fue muy bueno verte, Débora. Fue muy bueno verte nuevamente. Dicen ellos.
I had, anyway, I'll finish. So I don't see any more questions coming up in the chat boxes. Is there anything else that anybody would like to ask or say before we kind of sign off today?
I just wanted to show them that we have our Coatesville masks here too.
Ah.
Dice la hermana Emily que les quiere mostrar que ellos también tienen las máscaras de Cotsal allá en Estados Unidos también. Muy bonita.
I just had one question. What are the restrictions for traveling to Guatemala?
El hermano Gabor tiene una pregunta sobre las restricciones de viajes a Guatemala. Le voy a ayudar a contestar. As far as travel restrictions, Gabor, nice to see you, is you only have to have a COVID test, a negative COVID test that has been done less than 72 hours before you arrive. So that's about it.
Okay.
I think the bigger issue is coming back to the United States, and that seems to be changing pretty frequently.
So I know Gabor's anxious to get down there on a dental trip soon. So yeah, so we'll be talking, Gabor.
All right. I had a picture to share where it all started.
Who's in the background?
I don't know. Congratulations on the baby.
Thank you, Gabor. Thank you.
You guys know if it's a boy or a girl?
The doctor says it's a boy. So according to Guatemalan customs, I get to have a chicken killed for me.
Oh.
All right, anybody else? All right, well then, I think, I don't know, for me, I hope it was for you guys too. This was a pretty successful first attempt at this. I feel like I could actually stay on for another hour. I know other people might not feel that same way, but thank you so much to Magdalena, Odalis, Deborah, Ana. She's around the corner. Where are you? ¿Dónde está Ana? Gracias. Thank you, Domingo. And Felipe and Carolina, thank you so much for making the time to be with us today.
Hey, you're welcome. Thank you for having us here. God bless you all. Gracias por venir, dice, y gracias por hacer tiempo para venir a la reunión.
All right, so be looking for your next invitations. We'll have 2 more of these calls with a little, this was our back to school focus. We'll have a little different focus and some other surprise visitors from Coatesville. So be looking for those messages in your email boxes. And again, if you have any questions for us, you know how to find us at WIN Guatemala. Most of you have Rich's contact information. Just contact Rich. got all the time in the world up there on Lopez, right? But you know how to locate us, how to find us. So please ask any questions you have. Remember, we do have 30 girls we're still trying to find sponsors for. So if you know anybody who might be interested, please, 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 we ask you to pass this information on. It really does make a difference. And we look forward to seeing all of you at some point at another wind event, or hopefully, fingers crossed, praying, Lord, please, down in Quetzal. So thank you guys very much. We'll let you sign off here and we'll talk all soon.
Adios, gracias.
Adios.
Adios.
Bye.
Adios.